What's up, guys? Here with the third shelf of my sci-fi horror section. We start off with Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland. This was a very good movie. It did come out in the theaters, I believe, for a very short release, and did okay. I know it got a sequel. I have not seen the sequel yet, but I did like this. This was an original kind of horror idea that I hadn't seen before, and I'm a big fan of Kiefer Sutherland. And yeah, this is 100% worth watching. It's kind of one of those under the radar movies that a lot of people haven't seen. So if you haven't seen this movie, you should definitely check it out. Then we have Alone in the Dark. This was okay. I'm a big Christian Slater fan. This is a U-Ball movie. You know, a lot of his stuff was kind of straight to DVD releases. I believe this was in the theater, because this was one of his first movies here in the U.S. So I think it did get a theatrical release. Everything pretty much after this movie for him mostly was straight to DVD. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch this, but it's okay. Then we have Push. This was before Chris Evans made it real huge, but he had a really, really good supporting cast here. It was an okay movie. It's an original idea. It's not his best work, that's for sure. But I mean, you know, for a guy who's trying to make it big in Hollywood, leading roles, you know, you take them. And yeah, he made this one okay, and so did the rest of the cast. Did a pretty good job as well. Then we have Scream, classic slasher movie here. Everyone loves Scream. No exception here. I love this movie. Great cast, great writing, tension throughout the entire movie. Don't know who the killer is. You're trying to guess who it is. You know, on top of all the murder and gore and stuff too. So, I mean, classic horror right here. And then, of course, we have Scream 2. Not as good as the first one, but still good. Stories there. Great supporting cast. Continues from where the first one kind of left off. So, I mean, I can't complain about this movie. Then we have Scream 3. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I know that a lot of people say it wasn't the best of the original three, but I actually really enjoyed this. I almost kind of liked it more than the first one. But yeah, definitely check this out if you haven't seen it before. Then we have Cosmic Sin with Frank Grillo and Bruce Willis. I'm a big Bruce Willis fan, so I pretty much buy anything that he's in, even these straight-to-DVD releases, but you kind of find out later on why he was doing these, to try to hide his aphasia diagnosis. But I love me some Bruce Willis, and I'll support him up till his last movie. Not the greatest movie, though. And we got Silent Hill. Another, you know, this is a video game adaptation. You know, this is when they were trying to get into that after the success of Resident Evil. And this one was okay. I like this movie. I have not seen the sequel. Comments down below if you've seen Silent Hill Homecoming, or what is Revelations, or whatever it is. Comment down below if you've seen that, and let me know if it's worth checking out or whatnot. But I do love the cast. I'm a huge Sean Bean fan. And this was very well done. You know, it definitely kept the tension up throughout the entire movie, which I love. Then we have H2O. Definitely probably the best Halloween movie out of all of them, in my opinion. But yeah, great supporting cast. You know, Josh Hartnett, Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, great story. Can't say enough good things about this movie. If you haven't seen this, you've been living under a rock, but you should definitely check it out. Then we've got Halloween Resurrection. Also kind of liked this movie. I kind of, you know, it's been out a while. Spoiler alert, when Busta Rhymes' fist fighting him was pretty cool, but the fact that it had to be Busta Rhymes as the last person to fight him was kind of stupid, but Still a very solid movie for a Michael Myers movie. Then we have Jason X. I've not seen any of the Friday the 13th movies except for this one, but I really, really enjoy this one. I love, it's slasher in space. You're like, stick your head out the door, nothing will happen. Yeah. But I mean, this was great. I love this movie. Comment down below of what you thought of Jason X. Then we have Freddy versus Jason. This is okay. It's cool to see two of your slasher favorites facing each other. I know a lot of people were saying like, oh, now they need to do like, all three of them, like Michael Myers, Freddy, and Jason together. I can't really see the back here. But, I don't know how well that would go over considering, neither of them's going to die. It's just everyone else is going to die. Then we have the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes. I actually enjoyed this movie. Mark Wahlberg did a great job. I'm usually not a Tim Burton fan, but this movie was great. The only complaint I have about this movie is the lighting at times is really dark and you can't see very well, especially the night scenes, which there's quite a few in this movie. But I mean, this is 100% worth checking out. I wish they would have made a sequel to this. Then we have Cloud Atlas. Got this in a mystery box and watched it. The cast is, by names are wow. The movie itself, boring and long. Did not like this movie. Wasn't the greatest. The visuals were wow, but that was about all there was. So unfortunately, kind of a letdown with this one. Then we have Priest. This was actually a pretty solid movie. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest though, but it's a solid watch if you like sci-fi horror type stuff. Paul Bettany, like him as an actor. Hope to see him in more in the future. Then we have The Road Warrior. This movie was okay. This was the first of the Mad Max movies that I've seen. Obviously, he doesn't have many lines in this movie, but I did like the story. It was pretty good. Not the greatest, but pretty good. Then we have Chaos Walking. This movie was bad. No offense, I love Tom Holland, but this movie was not good. So just talk about a letdown. This is one of them. Then we have Universal Soldier Regeneration. Everyone who was a fan of the original was hoping to see a Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme rematch. And they were in the movie for very little time. So it was a big letdown. It was more of a money grab to put their name on the poster, unfortunately. But the movie wasn't very good. So not missing much if you haven't seen this. Then we have Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning. Again, another letdown. They did have bigger parts in this movie. Scott Adkins was the main character. You wanted to see Jean-Claude versus Lundgren, and you didn't get it because they're on the same team. Because why not? So, letdown of a movie, unfortunately. So much potential, so much of a letdown. And now it's been so long to where any sequel is not going to do well. And we got Battle of the Damned with Dolph Lundgren. Okay movie. Not the greatest. It's a B movie with zombies. So, and robots that kill zombies and weird stuff. So, meh. Then we got Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I thought this was going to be stupid. It actually turned out to be kind of a fun movie. If you haven't seen it before, you should definitely check it out. Yep, there you go, if you want to see the cast there. But yeah, worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Then we got Cowboys and Aliens. Westerns with aliens, ridiculous. Love the cast, hate the movie. Sorry, you know, I know there's some people who love this movie, but Jon Favreau did great. It was a great directing. The visuals were great. The story was just what? You know, it was dumb. Then we have Blade Runner, The Final Cut. I know a lot of people consider this a classic. I kind of found this movie to be very, very boring. The visuals for their time were pretty good. The cast, not so much. Besides Harrison Ford, I'm not a Rutger Hauer fan. So this movie was only average. I would not consider this a classic in my eyes. So, yeah, that's that. And then finally we have Flatliners. I enjoyed this movie. I love the cast. Great young cast. All went to be big stars. You know, great premise. Wondering what happens after death. Who doesn't wonder that? So it's kind of a take on that. Joel Schumacher did a great job. Definitely worth checking out. I would consider this to be a classic. But yeah, that'll do it for this shelf of my sci-fi horror section. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. I'm also on Letterboxd. The link is over in the profile of this page. So go on and check it out if you want to. Otherwise, until next time, have a good one, guys.